Welcome to Black Wrestling News, the news channel that has been created by me, and I'm talking primarily about the African American wrestlers, both professionally and personally, the contributions, their trailblazing paths, the record-breaking ticket selling events that they were involved in. Oftentimes, many of our black wrestlers, both male and female, they have never gotten the credit that they deserved. Oftentimes, they wrestled for a long, long time. They weren't paid the same type of monies that others were paid, and they had to deal with racial discrimination and bigotry and things all along the way while entertaining and performing before camera. So now the time has come that I profile and talk about our brothers and sisters in this sport. It's not that we don't appreciate the others, but the Ric Flairs, the Hulk Hogans, and the Jeff Jarretts, they always get all the credit for everything. Well, our people have pioneered, and they've been there, and they've paid their dues as well as everybody else. So this is what Black Wrestling News is about. I just like to talk about and highlight about what many of our black brothers and sisters have done within the world of professional wrestling. So, when I last left off, I was talking about Thunderbolt Patterson, how he was a pioneering trail blazing individual. I think I was talking about his professional wrestling career. Just to go over a couple things here. This is a brief profile. So, who is Thunderbolt? Well, he's an African American retired professional wrestler known by his ring name Thunderbolt Patterson. He began his career in 1964 and wrestled primarily in Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas during the early 1970s. He was blacklisted by the National Wrestling Alliance for repeated appearances with outlaw promotions, his complaints of institutional racism, and attempts to form a wrestlers' labor union. Well, that about do it, won't it? Get you in a lot of trouble, even in today's world, you know. Billionaires don't like to hear about collective bargaining. Billionaires don't like to talk about unions. You got one presidential candidate who's trying to project himself as the working man's politician, but yet at the same time, he has undermined capitalism for the average working day people. So, all right, let's talk about Thunderbolt. I told you about his professional career. You can look at that in video 1. So I'm going to pick it up on where Dusty Rhodes and Thunderbolt Patterson started working together. So here we are. Patterson joined Ole Anderson as a tag team partner in 1984 and briefly held the NWA National Tag Team Championship. Ole's Capeface cousin, a young Arn Anderson, came to the sport, and Ole saying he was tired of carrying guys like Patterson and Dusty Rhodes. He broke up with Patterson and joined Arn in what would be the foundation for the Four Horsemen, which would include NWA heavyweight champion Ric Flair and Tully Blanchard. Patterson retired from full-time wrestling in 1985. He then appeared in the ring in 1993 at a Legends reunion match at Slamboree 93, where he teamed with Brad Armstrong to defeat Ivan Koloff and Byron Van Raschke. He would also mentor Ice Train until retiring completely in 1994. On July 27, 2019, Patterson was inducted into the 2019 class of the George Trigos / Luthez Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame in his hometown of Waterloo. I think I like the simple acronym WWE Hall of Fame. On March 13, 2024, it was announced that Patterson would be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. In 1988, he was a labor organizer for Service Employees International Union in Atlanta. I'm going to talk about Ernie Ladd, too. Yeah, I'm going to talk about Ernie Ladd. Patterson is also an ordained minister. So let's talk about some of his championships and accomplishments. Championship Wrestling from Florida, the NWA Brass Knuckles Champion, one time. NWA Florida Heavyweight Champion, one time. Championship Wrestling from Georgia, NWA National Tag Team Champion, one time with Ole Anderson. Continental Wrestling Association, champion there one time. George Trigos / Luthez Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame, inducted 2019. Georgia Championship Wrestling, NWA. He was the NWA Georgia Tag Team Champion 3 times with Mr. Wrestling, Tommy Rich, and Tony Aptos. He won the NWA Georgia Television Championship 2 times. International Championship Wrestling, 1 time. Maple Leaf Wrestling, he was their heavyweight champion 1 time. Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling, he was the champion. He won the Tag Team Championship with Jerry Briscoe. NWA Big Time Wrestling, he won the NWA American Tag Team Championship 4 times with Wahoo McDaniel, Toru Tanaka, and Johnny Valentine. Also, check this out. The NWA Tri-State, he won the NWA Brass Knuckles Championship 1 time, that championship. Western State Sports, he won the NWA Brass Knuckles Championship Amarillo. And World Wrestling Association, he won the WWA World Tag Team Championship 1 time with Alberto Torres. The Wrestling Observer voted him the worst on interviews in 1985. You know what? I kind of agree with that. He's not the best interviewer at all. And he was inducted, he will be inducted to the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2024. In the next video, I'm going to talk about the one and only Ernie Ladd and Iceman King Parsons. I think I'll do Coco Beware as well. So those are 3 I'm going to profile next. For Black Wrestling News, I'm Tyrone Bowman.